Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I want to begin by thanking you all for being out here, taking awareness of the situation in Gaza and the dire situation, dire humanitarian situation there.
They don't like it.
My name is Tariq Abdullah and I am originally from Gaza. My father was born in Gaza and the whole side of his family lives there. He has 5 aunts and 1 uncle that are currently there in the midst of the bombing. The things that they have seen are things that we can't fathom or begin to imagine. We live in an area called Al-Rimal, which is in Gaza City, in the northern part of Gaza City, in the northern part of the Gaza Strip. Al-Rimal actually bombed a few days ago by the Zionist forces, and in this attack they destroyed all my family businesses. And we thank God that nobody has died, and only one has been wounded from our side of the family. Israel in that area has bombed the marketplace, the Interior Ministry building, the Islamic University, and the rest of the government buildings in that area, in the Gaza city. So when my dad talked to his aunts, he got contact with them, he got 2 different reactions from his 5 aunts. 4 of them were crying, and 1 was strong and felt that power. And as my dad talked to one of his aunts last week, when the bombings were actually happening, and she explained to him the situation, one of his aunts has 9 children, and they live in one of the densest areas in the world. So what she told him actually made him cry. She told him that she has split her children into different parts of the house, and she has them hiding in every corner. So in the case that a missile hits the house, they don't all die at once. So imagine the situation that they are in. A situation where she has to put her children in different parts of the house so that they don't all die at once. When my father heard this, he immediately started crying, and of course Mom was crying over the phone. And I think at that point, the reality of the situation hit me. She was telling us that they have gone back to the Stone Age. She said that food is scarce, water is scarce, there's no electricity. All they have is each other and the concrete walls of their home. And then the other aunt he talked to had a different attitude. She said, we need to resist. This is occupation. This is a battle that we have to fight. God put us in this position so that we may pass. This is a test. She said, we are going to last. Samdeen. And that motivated me to do a lot of work on campus and just go out there and protest and yell my heart out. These people, the situation they're going through is unimaginable. Where do we stand in this? How long do we wait for someone to do something? We all need to stand for justice against these atrocities. We all have a duty as human beings, a responsibility to say no. Martin Luther King Jr. put this perfectly in his quote, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." We know that the injustices in Palestine can happen anywhere else in the world. And what would our reaction be? As Muslims, as a Muslim, I have a responsibility and an obligation to do something. If we are God-fearing and just people, we will not sit and watch the news. As Muslims, we must love for our brothers what we love for ourselves to attain the high level of spirituality. So we must love for them peace and tranquility. Also, in Islam, the whole of a Muslim for another Muslim is inviolable. His blood, his property, and his honor. The people of Gaza have a right over us to protect them and aid them in their time of need. The Prophet Muhammad once said that God helps those who help others. Whoever removes a worldly grief from a believer, God will remove from one of his griefs on the day of judgment. Whosoever shields a Muslim will shield him. God will shield him in this world and the next. So imagine the importance of standing for justice. This is obviously not just an issue for the Muslims or the Arabs. This is an issue for the world, for humankind. We ask all people of conscience to stand with us against this grave injustice, on both sides. We must all understand that this can happen to any group of people anywhere around the world. What the Palestinians are going through is unimaginable. To us, we must feel for them and fight for them. Again, We know that Israel controls the sea, the borders, the air. We know that Gaza is an open air prison. Who is the victim here? Who is the victim here? We gotta wake up and stop kidding ourselves. Again, I'm honored to be here with you, standing in solidarity with my people. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart, and I hope that we can all work together for the sake of justice. Assalamu alaikum.